Why do you think that audiences connected so strongly with the first Avengers, and while they're already so excited about the second one?
Uh, I really believe it comes down to those characters. You know, it was a very unique thing on the first Avengers film that you had actors portraying heroes in other films, which people saw, which people loved, thankfully, and which the idea of seeing them all together for the first time. And now, since the first Avengers film, we've seen Iron Man again, we've seen Captain America again, we've seen Thor again, and now finally the chance to see them interact and see how have they changed, how has their world changed since the end of the first Avengers due to their own films. I think that is something very unique in movie going, and something that we try very hard to deliver on in each of these films.
What made Ultron the right villain for the second Avengers film? And then ultimately, what made James Spader the right guy to breathe life into that villain?
You know, it is no easy task to find a bad guy worthy of assembling the Avengers, because each of them have showed in their own standalone films they're quite capable of dealing with conflicts and dealing with antagonists. So you need something very, very big. And it goes back to conversations we had with Joss Whedon on the set of the first Avengers film, that if we were to be so lucky to make another one, Ultron made a lot of sense, because there's a technological element that surrounds Tony Stark with his armors, with his suit, with his Jarvis system that tags along with him on his adventures, that it seemed very clear to us that there was a plot for Ultron that could spin out of that. And even with Tony Stark's anxiety as it related to the events of Avengers 1 and aliens pouring out of a portal above Manhattan, and we saw him deal with that post-traumatic stress of that event in Iron Man 3, and he's still thinking about that and wants to find a way to, as he says in this film, put an armor around the globe to protect us. And, you know, not all good intentions work out so well, particularly for Mr. Stark. And that felt like a great in to Ultron himself. Now, Ultron in the comics is a very graphically cool, interesting robot, but he's still just a robot. And there are a lot of robots in movies. There have been for many years, there are today. And it was important to Joss and for us that Ultron not just be a deadly, cold killing machine. Joss wanted him to have personality, wanted him to be even more unhinged than Loki was in the first Avengers film. So that's the way he wrote him. And it was one of those things that has happened a few times in my career, that one name comes up to play the part. And everyone involved agrees, this is the guy, let's try to get him. In this case, it was James Spader to do the voice of Ultron. Because we knew he would just infuse this mechanical, metal, scary-looking robot with an unbelievable amount of pathos and humor and lunacy and character, which is what the goal was from the start. And we met with him before the script existed, sort of showed him some pictures of Ultron from the comics, showed him a bit that Ryan Meinerding in our visual development department drew of a version of Ultron with his face, which is what Ultron is in this movie. A lot of it connects to Spader's facial structures. And he did, of course, did the motion capture for the performance as well. And Joss wrote some dialogue that was different from what ended up in the movie, but was in that spirit. And Spader was just over the moon about it.
What can film audiences look forward to in Avengers: Age of Ultron?
Well, I think they can look forward to, I hope, the continuing adventures of these characters that they know very well now, that they love now, to see them on a spectacle, frankly, that we've never seen before in any of our movies. It is a very, very big movie. There are a lot of action set pieces that sort of broke the mold, and that will be very difficult to top in any of our upcoming movies. But more importantly, the continued evolution of the relationships between these characters, and some evolve in a way that you won't expect, and some sort of continue on the path that you already enjoy. And for me, that is what's most special about this ensemble and about this cast and about these characters and about the Avengers films, is seeing these amazing actors together, whether it's sitting around a table eating shawarma or flying around a city defeating robots. They are a singular group that we're very thankful to have in these movies.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey